Kumar joining us live from Mumbai. Hemant, what would you say? So much needs to be done. There are governments that seek vote, talk about development, talk about good infrastructure if voted to power, but on ground nothing changes.
Okay, I'll put it across in two ways. One is the campaign that you're doing. So from the channel point of view, you need to have a technical analysis of this. What happens is in all these bitumen roads where the potholes are, the bitumen composition has to be put in there within a very small band of temperature and correct proportion. And since corruption is involved, the correct proportion is not there, and contractors are careless about the temperatures. So that binding will not be there in the bitumen. So what I suggest is from your channel, please get somebody who's technical enough to give you an analysis of all these things. This is nothing too great that we can't achieve. It's not being done because of basically these couple of points. The correct temperature.
So a technical snag is why we're seeing the reoccurrence of these potholes across Bengaluru and also in parts of Chennai. Of course, there a pit was dug without informing the citizens, which certainly did lead to an accident. Let me go across to Subhash Shetty joining us from Bengaluru. Subhash, you're a citizen of Bengaluru. Tell us about your story. Tell us about what you witnessed and how the situation needs to be changed on an urgent basis.
Hello.
Yes, Subhash.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Subhash, you're speaking from Bengaluru, so you're clearly aware of the ground situation as far as the pothole menace is concerned. Tell us more.
Hello. Hello.
Right. So seem to have a problem with that line, but yes, some of those voices from Bengaluru and across the country pointing out on how this is an urgency that needs to be looked at, and not much of a difference, viewers, how you see the moonscape and the potholes in Bengaluru, very, very similar. Raj is also joining us from Bengaluru. We continue with our callers. Raj, once again, you're speaking to us from Bengaluru. Tell us about what you've witnessed across the streets there.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, Raj. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. See, thank you. See, there's no, unless and until the accountability is there, it will keep on. There's no end to this. Always, I'm staying in North Andhra, Bangalore, ward number 39. We have been.
Go ahead. All right, let me go back to Imran. Now we'll continue taking those calls, Imran. But, people pointing out with severity what needs to be focused on. A caller interestingly pointed out technical snag being the reason why these potholes keep reoccurring, not proper material being used to build these roads. What are the authorities there saying? Why this is happening time and again? Every season, every monsoon season, this keeps happening.
Well, the authorities claim that the number of what is calling we're seeing is that especially during the rainy season it happens, and the number of coming up on this particular stretch of the road is what they're saying, that the vehicles are coming up in the Bengaluru cities is more than what they're saying. They're saying that they also say that they do not have the number of as far as the BBMP is concerned, that they are every time they come up with it happens they are trying to build up, they're trying to clear up all this the potholes which is there, but they say that every time it happens, it is there, they try to but the number of vehicles which is coming for every day every month is close to around 1 lakh, and it is simply not what they have. It's what they have right now. But this beyond that, they're saying that whatever expression as the part of the department is concerned, that they are trying to make it as much as possible, and it happens during the especially during monsoon time, that once the rain happens, there is issue in this state. Now, this is the problem is that the High Court, they had earlier before they had said to the High Court, saying that they will despite they had promised with the High Court, this has not happened. In fact, the Chief Minister himself had said that before when the rain happens, they will fill it up all the it was there in the city. But this is what they are saying, that every time during rains it happens. The same what we are saying, they promise that they will do it, but it hasn't happened.
None of those promises have been lived up to. Let me go across to Hema Goda joining us from Bengaluru. Hema, this indeed causes a lot of inconvenience to the daily commuters passing by using these roads. Which part of Bengaluru do you stay in, and what have you witnessed over the last few months?
This problem is persisting for the last several years. I am observing, in spite of several strictures from the High Court, remedy is not found. So there are so many causes for this problem. So there technically the engineers are not up to the mark. Another thing is there is a corruption in the whole system. So my suggestion is they should appoint a separate technical committee and take the consultation of the Highway Authority or Indian Road Congress, consult them, and try to find out the proper remedy. If it is to be bitumen road, what we are doing, it's a tar road. So instead of that, wherever the heavy traffic is there, they can go for the cement concrete road, similar to the Bombay city. So we can go pace-wise. We can cement concrete road we can build if it will be long-lasting. So that is my suggestion. So main problem that all these engineers or the whole system is corrupted. They are not ready to approach the right quality of the work. It is all substandard work.
So,
that is the reason.
So proper material not being used, corruption, all of these are reasons. And, this also poses a threat to life. If we talk about the list of issues that persist, let me go across to Satish, who's joining us from Karnal. Thank you, Hema, for speaking to us. Satish, we're talking about the IT hub of the country. Bengaluru, an important city. Several people from across the country go and work there, and that's the situation of the roads. All right, we'll keep reconnecting with our callers. Seem to have lost that line. Imran continues to stay on with us. Imran, this must be looked at now. We've seen this issue come up season after season, year after year, nothing really done on ground. The authorities being questioned on lack of proper material being used to build these roads, and corruption also being cited by many of the citizens we've spoken to.
Well, absolutely. The problem is that every time the BBMP or the others, the state government promises that they will ensure that before the rave, they will fill up all these issues. But the same remains, despite whether this computer, this is whether it is. We have seen that many times that this passport, all this issue is that despite wherever is the government is there, they always promise they will ensure that promise they will do it, but it doesn't happen. In fact, the state government, the High Court had asked the state government that they should before the rain start comes, they should all these promises it should be there, but that's not happened so far. That is the issue, and the promise.
All right, let me go across to a political reaction. We have Mr. Sarvanan of the BJP joining us on the phone line. Mr. Sarvanan, a pit is dug on one of the roads in Chennai that led to an accident. Now, why was no warning issued?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Sarvanan, can you hear me?
You're not audible, madam. Hello.
Seem to have lost that line. But we continue staying on with our callers. Nalini joining us from Faridabad. Nalini, you know, we will keep putting across questions to some of the political representatives as well. But as for the ground situation is concerned, it's absolutely worrisome. What would you say on the visuals we're putting out for our viewers?
Good afternoon, thanks now. It is very pathetic to see such potholes telling that we are the fifth economy, developed economy, and developing economy, and seeing such potholes is very, very sad. But one thing is that not just blaming the government always, let us think otherwise. An alternate solution is that the public, the citizen responsibility. The moment we see one pothole, we raise alarms to the administration to get it done. And second thing is that when such a thing is done, the citizens also should verify whether the quality is good or not. And if it is not, they should immediately react to it. That is what we are lacking. The citizens think that it is some other's duty. Only we have the right to go on that road. No, we have responsibility to see whether things are done properly, because our country is a vast country with a huge population, and so one person sitting in the administrative office cannot solve all the problems. So we should see the problems immediately at the initial stage and report it to the concerned administrative office to get it rectified. This is my humble thing. All the time we are telling politician is wrong, somebody is wrong. Why can't we take the onus? Why can't each citizen see that it is my road, it is my country? If somebody is going to see the visuals in another country, what will they think about my country? Is my country really this bad? No, it is not this bad.
Yes, Nalini, but timely intervention is also of utmost importance, and the concerned authorities have to step in and make sure that the work is done so this problem doesn't keep reoccurring. Let me, on that, go across to Ram joining us from Bengaluru itself. Ram, you know, we're talking about your city. Since when have you been staying in Bengaluru? A lot of viewers who've spoken to us have said that this is a problem that they come across year in and out. Ram Manju.
Yeah. See, the problem is can be solved in a very simple manner. See, the slopes of the roads should end from center to the end of the road where the thing comes. So water should not stagnate. If water stagnates, you will get potholes. So that is the simple solution. Even if the quality of the road is bad, if the drainage system is proper, you will not get any potholes.
Thank you for that perspective, Ram, and for speaking to us here on Times Now. Let me go across to my colleague Prapanch, also joining us on this broadcast. Prapanch, in Chennai, a pit dug without warning, an SUV fell. The driver sustained injuries. What are the authorities saying?
I could say that the Chennai Corporation has dug out several places for stormwater drains. There's a huge network that is being set up for stormwater drains due to floods recently, which were due to torrential rains during rainy season in Chennai. Now, for which there are several places where the works are ongoing. There are several places where the works is finished. However, the pit was not, in fact, fulfilled by the sun. Now we can see that this particular area in Adayar, a person had, in fact, lapse of judgment had caused the whole car to go inside the pit. Now there are several places where the works have been finished. There are several places where the works are not finished. It is still ongoing. This is the reason. This is because Chennai Corporation has let out such jobs for contractors, and the contractors have to ensure that the warning sign has to be placed, or somebody has to stay there, say that this is a place where there's a pit dug for it. Now there was nobody present to warn them, or there was no warning sign, and because of this we could see that the car, in fact, due to lapse of judgment, it went into that. Now the authorities are looking into it, and in fact we could
and multiple questions coming to light. Prapanch, I thank you for sharing that latest update from Chennai on the ground situation. As for Bengaluru is concerned, the Karnataka High Court had set a deadline, but plenty needs to be done still. Viewers, we'll keep you up with the latest situation from these two cities. For the moment, it's time for us to slip into a very short break here.